Play some music. Let's pick a playlist. Let's do this one for now. Just setting up, sending out post streaming. See, who did blah blah blah. Let's work on advocate switcher. All of this should be okay, so I'll just minimize it. This open just in case. Reference. Let's see, something that fits everything. Tough choices, right? Yeah, I can work with this. Pretty standard. Alright. I'm going to get started. Actually, realizing what I'm about to do, I was like, I should probably wait for that. Okay, let's just draw a character fat or something. What character? Let's pick somebody I don't normally use. Let's do Pumpkin Pie. Should be fun. Random pick. This'll do. Move this sideways, so let's just turn it now. Welcome. I'm just now getting ready to start working on something for the stream. So no, you haven't missed anything. Good. Hope everyone's doing all right. Just random pick mostly, but yeah, I figured I'd draw a character from Greenfield. This one will be Pumpkin Pie, because I know I don't draw too much weight gain on streams, so wanted to do that for this one. Oh, happy birthday. March is my brother's birth month. Actually, I won't put her highlights at the moment. I'll wait and see what I can do with this. Well, she already is pretty big from the start, but yeah, I plan to emphasize on it. Make her a bit bitchy too at the same time. But she's more concerned about being pampered and stuffing her face than anything anybody else has to say. Fix now. I might readjust some of this a little later on as I go through the drawing. This is Pumpkin Pie. She's one of the other Creamfield characters. which I really need to start posting the characters because I keep forgetting to do so. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, some people don't know who these characters are yet. I really need to start doing that. I'm gonna just make a list of characters I haven't posted yet and just go down it. And if they don't have bios yet, then I need to either update the old ones or whatever it is I gotta do. Yeah, need to fix that bad habit. And there's definitely characters I need to update still, like Daylock. She still has her old bio, which has been changed a little bit since then. Should I make this more subtle? We'll figure that out a little bit later. Build of her head first. We can add any other stuff later. So yeah, hope everyone's doing alright. Feel free to ask questions if you want. And I'll do my best to explain any answers I can give. Are more rounded. Not at the moment, mostly just working on, just drawing this stuff for fun. Kind of a chill stream. I'm only gonna stream for like 2 hours. And then tonight I'm gonna be working on the Creamfield comic and a few other things. Yes, this is pumpkin pie. some of her neck. Even though she's gonna have her hair coming down at some point. Kind of just drilling to set up things. I'll have to check the polls later to see who's winning in them so far. Oh, okay. No worries. I'll type it out. There you go. Focus too much on stuff like that yet. Probably going to have to make the canvas bigger later. Trying to be a little bit loose with her. Since she's pretty much all bulk and all that. You can always tweak it. pull something more interesting. Fingers a bit. Yeah, got a little bit lost on whatever it was in that. It feels like a quiet day today. Hope everyone's doing alright. Definitely gonna need more canvas space. Well, just that when I get there. Just make it like a big old mess. No, it's not cannibalism for one, because the way the world is established, animals and bestials and all that are not considered the same type of species. And then second, Pumpkin Pie is technically not a animal character to begin with, because she's technically like a angelic being that just takes the form of a pig. So no on both ends. Probably readjust this fat if I need to. 'Cause I just want it to look like a big pile of mess. This. sure they're not. I mean, pigs are omnivores. They'll eat pretty much anything. In the context of where pumpkin pie comes from and all that, gluttony is like a whole other thing. So her being the representation of it, it's kind of null, since there is an actual character that is gluttony. And plus, that's more of a... I guess technically I'd have to say mankind, because that's technically where it would originate from. That's more of a mankind thing, because you can't really explain to divine beings what is right and wrong, because those are mortal constructs. It's not something they decided. Because to a divine creature or a god, them destroying a planet would be something normal. Whereas whoever is about to be destroyed would consider that to be a bad thing. So technically even gluttony itself would not be a bad thing or even considered an actual sin by their perspective. If anything, they'll just be like, what? They'll just question you and be like, are you crazy? it would be interesting to get into a conversation with them about, you know, either morality or, you know, what people believe to be true, because that would be its own interesting conversation of, it's like, oh well, isn't this bad, or isn't this a sin? To be like, you guys are the ones that made that rule, not us. Kind of be like, if you were to live your whole life believing one thing to be true, only for the actual thing to say, yeah, no, none of that is true, and you've kind of wasted your life believing that, then it kind of makes you wonder if your own life choices were completely pointless. And that's only assuming divine entities like these even exist in the first place. Your stomach is like this. Yeah, and that's just, you know, the black and white scope of it to a lot for a lot of people is just, you know, if you do this, this is bad. If you do this, this is good. And that's kind of it. Like, a lot of people don't really think of the gray area very often, or at least less often than they should, because, you know, it's like the situation of, if somebody kills another person but doing so feeds their family, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's like one of those situations. And then you have, you know, the idea of a god, where it's like, well, if a god just destroys things without even thinking about it, is that a good or a bad thing? Because it's like, they're just doing what they do naturally, even if they don't even notice. It's kind of like, you know, like if you're walking around normally and you step on an ant, and let's just say you didn't even know that you stepped on an ant, you're just walking casually, you're walking down the street going to the store or something, stepped on an ant, didn't even notice nor consider the possibility of that happening. That's basically the perspective of a god. They didn't even notice you. They just did their action, kept going on with the rest of their day. No one's no wiser, and yeah, that's it. It's like, it didn't matter. Yeah, morality is based on society itself. Like, they came up with the rules and views of what is considered good or bad, and came up with laws to decide so. So, if in one area there's a law that says wearing clothes is illegal, so take your clothes off, but then another place is vice versa, that's completely based on the area you are in. So it's not necessarily right or wrong, it's just society decided one or the other. I mean, same issues go with, like, copyright, for example. In some countries, they can do whatever the hell they want with your intellectual property, and then in another country they can't. And then they have to find some universal law where it's like, okay, you can do whatever you want in your country, but the moment you do something outside of your country, then the law can hit you with whatever penalty that they're doing to you because you decided to break copyright or whatever the hell the case may be. So it's a bunch of convoluted situations. Yeah, movies where the villain is the protagonist is always interesting. Of course, that depends on the movie itself, but it can be interesting most of the time. Like, it would be great to just see, like, a villain's perspective of, like, let's just say we're just kind of like Suicide Squad to a degree, but a little better. Like, let's just say you had a singular villain. You already know what the villain's deal is. Like, let's just say they're gonna blow up something. go through the entire movie as they would normally, but just from their perspective and how they come to their decisions and stuff like that. But you're still gonna have like the ending of like the hero defeating them, but you get to see like the process of that happening. It's like, okay, the villain gets captured and sent to jail, but you got to see like the whole context behind it. It wasn't just, oh, killing people for money or whatever. It's like, no. You get to see like why they're making the decisions, how they view any of the henchmen that they may have. What if there's like a complication with the plan, with their plans, how they deal with that. Like stuff like that is fun. And it's completely fine if they don't succeed in the end, because, you know, that's just the nature of the setup. But to see how they got to that point is the fun part. Like, you could even see, like, something similar with, like, say, the Saw movies. Because a lot of the traps that are used in those movies are supposed to be designed so that whoever has to participate in them is able to actually succeed in a way. Like, because I believe it was the third movie? No, it's the second movie. Where some of the traps were designed with no victory. Like, you could not win the games. Was it the second? It might have been the third. I might be off. But yeah, like, there were situations like that where it's like, oh, you couldn't win, and it's like, well, then what was the point? Like, you're not succeeding and learning in anything. Anyway, hello. Sorry, I'm being I go on rants about random subjects, such as this one about morality. Was it the fourth? Yeah, I couldn't remember which ones, because it's been a long time since I watched them. And because I think I only haven't seen one of them, and I think it was like the most recent one. But I saw all of them before that. But yeah, it was like, because I know Jigsaw addressed this because it was when Amanda was making traps that you couldn't actually win in. Aw. Well, hopefully you can log back in at some point. But yeah, like, Jigsaw does address this. He's like, hey, you're making games that nobody can actually win in, because her whole philosophy is like, well, they're supposed to pay or whatever to be punished. And he's like, no, you're supposed to actually learn from all this. Yeah, you're paying a hefty price doing so, but you're not supposed to just automatically die from it. Because then that just defeats the entire point. How's your ass? Your ass is over here. Okay. Yeah, let's just make it ridiculous. This whole picture's ridiculous to begin with, so fuck it. Let's just go crazy. But yeah, honestly, I think they should have kept Jigsaw alive at least until like the very end. Like, if they were gonna end the franchise, I think that's when he should die. Because, and then have, like, you know, whoever's suitable take over. But because I don't know, sometimes it feels like if you remove like the best character in the whole series early, then it kind of makes the rest of it kind of weird. Because, like, even when they showed, like, teaser pics of the characters, or of the Saw movies, I think the most interesting one was when somebody, like, removed Jigsaw's face, and they were gonna make it look like another character was wearing his face, and that he was gonna be they were gonna be Jigsaw. Like, I thought that was a fun idea, and this was, like, way before they did that with the Joker in the comics. At least I think it was way before that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, and that'd be cool, and then it never happens. Or at least as far as I remember, it doesn't happen that way. if they did, then I'm completely... It's been a long-ass time since I've seen those movies then. Like, I don't know, just... It feels like they... I mean, obviously there wasn't supposed to be more movies after the first because it wasn't designed that way. But, you know, obviously you can write a way to make that happen. But I think, like, weren't they making those movies like once a year or something like that for a while? So I think, yeah, it just kind of fell into the whole rushing the movies out as quickly as possible type of situation. Oh, thank you. Glad you like my work. I'll try to be interesting as much as I can. And also trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing with this picture. Kinda just doing whatever. Just like establishing placements of things and then just adjusting as I move along. Like right here I'm doing this, but I'm probably gonna tweak it. Yes, it's a type of auction. Basically the idea is that I have a series of artwork that will be coming out. The first set will be 12 pics total, either 12 or 10, one of the two. And the idea is that I draw the picture, I have the picture, I put up the auction, you know, whoever ends up winning wins. And I myself will not be posting the pic anywhere. It won't be on Patreon or Subscribestar. It won't be posted on any of the websites that I use. It will be solely for the winner. The winner is allowed to do whatever they want with the pics or picture, whatever, however many it comes with, for the first auction. And they can do whatever they want. They can post the pics. They can share them with friends. They can even sell them if they wish to. And the only requirement is I ask that, you know, just credit me for drawing the damn thing. And that's it. And the idea is that as time passes and, you know, more pics in the sets come out, let's just say there are different winners for each one. Let's just say there's like 4 different people won the auctions. The idea is that if they work together, they can, you know, share the pics and, you know, collect them. Like they have the collection of each pics, like, because let's just say, you know, each of them were different people that won and not the same person over and over, then they can collect them and, you know, share them or whatever they want to do with them. Like they decide. It's almost like you're slowly forming a group, trying to, you know, collect all the pics that I make and then just doing whatever with them. You can share them, you can post them, you can sell them, you can do whatever you want with them. So that's the idea behind it, that I would like to see if anybody does anything like that. So that's the idea. I don't know if it'll actually work out that way. If it does, cool. I'm more interested in whether or not people attempt to collect them. Like, let's just say people collected the first 2 but are missing the third because somebody else got it. Try to work together to see if they can get the third one or something like that. Or if the third one gets posted, it's like, oh, I found it over here. It's like, oh, cool, and then, you know, everyone gets it, and then they slowly put their collections together. So, just something I thought would be interesting. So that's the idea behind it. And again, whether or not it works out that way is pretty much up to time, so we'll see what happens on Monday. I'm thinking of making the auction last a week, because I think that should be more than enough time for anybody who's interested to want to participate. So, like I said, that's my initial idea of it, so see where it goes. How fat do I want your feet to be? Yeah, we'll just make them fat. Let's do it this way. And then the max for the auction I haven't decided yet, because I don't want it to be too small that somebody could just, you know, auto buy immediately and then it's kind of over. But I don't want it to be dragged out either. So I'll probably just put some like weird max cap on it, and if that gets auto buyed, I'll be more surprised if anything. I'll be like, excuse me? I mean, I can't prevent somebody from doing it, but I don't want it to be like super absurd. So I don't know, I'll decide on the cap probably day of, but I definitely don't want it to be too low that it just, you know, people can just jump in, grab it, and then that's the end of it, unless they really freaking want it. But I'm not that popular, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe someday I'll be popular, be a poppy fur, but no, not right now. $1 million auto buy. Okay, I will no joke right now. If for whatever fucking reason that actually happened, I don't know. I would probably draw something ridiculous to go along with it. It's like, alright, what do you want? It's like, you want uber crazy slobbish fat Marcy? Done. I don't know. Stop. Stupid alarm. I need to remember to turn off my alarms when I'm doing this. But yeah, if that ever happened, I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be like, awesome, for one, I can fucking pay off loans. Student loans. So, one goal accomplished if something like that were to happen. Give her a ridiculous pupa. I mean, she already has one in her normal art. Fuck it. Let's go further. Let's put more fat over here. This is literally going to be the meme of we clearly gone too far, but let's keep going and see what happens. But yeah, it's just more of like, the auction itself is just more of like a collector's type of idea. Cause like, I'm gonna make like different artwork based on like different themes and stuff like that. So some of them will be weight gain themed. Some of them will be like, you know, characters and situations you don't normally see them in. Or even something casual. Like, the idea is just, here's a piece of artwork that only you will have. And if you decide to share it, that is 100% on you. Like, that is completely up to you. You could be somebody who does not want to share any of them, and that is completely fine. And then if you're in like a situation where you were collecting them and then somehow someone got one of the ones you wanted, or just, you know, beat you in an auction, it's up to you to decide, hey, do you want to trade or something like that? You know, it'll come to the point where I encourage people to work together to try to do it. But again, they can completely decide, nope, I don't want to share any of them. That is for me to decide, and that's it. And that is 100% fine. But that's why I'm also making different sets too. So it's not just, oh, I couldn't get this one pick, thus my entire collection is broken. I mean, and on a technical sense, that is true. If you're trying to collect everything and you're missing like that one pick, then yes. But if you're going off of like Season 1, Season 2, or whatever, then you at least have a better shot at that happening. Or, you know, being able to collect a set. But that's the initial idea I have for it. So, whether or not it happens is up to whoever the winners are and time. So yeah, I already have a pick ready, or almost ready for Monday. I was gonna try to get it ready done today, but decided to just wait until Monday. Especially since apparently Monday is like the 4th anniversary of me starting my Discord, and I was like, what? I was not keeping track of that until one of my mods told me that. It's like, hey, this is your anniversary of your Discord. You gonna do anything about it? I'm like, I didn't even know that was the day. Cool. This is pumpkin pie. Also, seriously, no joke. If somebody, if I randomly put $1 million auto buy or whatever, and somebody actually bought that, my first question would be like, what, why the hell are you here? It's like, why on earth are you looking at my shit? I know damn well I'm not good enough for something like that. At least to me. Shit, I don't know. I would be incredibly surprised. But I heavily doubt that would ever happen. Not in my lifetime, at least. Shit. Maybe some alternate timeline version of me, but definitely not the me right now. Hell, I get surprised when... I was surprised when, God damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna have to answer this one. So, let me mute myself. And I'm back. Sorry. Person that called me tends to talk a lot. Assuming none of you could hear me. Anyway, yeah, some of these straps are probably not going to be proportionately correct, but whatever. Make this boob a little bit fatter. Make this part of her gut bigger. But yeah, Pumpkin Pie is a slob. She's like a slobbish tsundere. And that means I should probably make this part bigger too. You know, I could probably save this pic for like a stream project, so like the next time I stream, I can finish it off or start coloring or whatever it is I gotta do next. Stick in her neck. Like what I did with Marissa. So yeah, that'd be fun. That way we'll have something to do next time. Because I'm gonna stop in about 40 minutes. So, short stream. I know I do need to stream more often though, so I'll try to work out a schedule where I can do that more often. Let's try and shrink this a little bit. See some more of her face. It's alright. I mean, everything's exaggerated as it is. I don't think being 100% anatomically correct is even doable at this point. Would we see her thighs? I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm just gonna put this here just to possibly maybe be her thighs. I don't know. I don't know, giving her like a demanding stance of bringing her more food. I don't know, make it look like she's gonna threaten him. It's like, bitch, what the hell are you gonna do? You're so fat. Though technically she could move rather quickly if she chose to. Okay, her being gigantic is not going to hinder her ability to do anything. I don't know, I'll probably have like another character next to her being intimidated. Not so much of her being bitch, but just because she's so fucking colossal. Whatever I come up with the next time we go through this. Gloves. It's fat. Should probably thicken this part out just a little bit more. Yeah, she has a skirt. Oops, button. So, depending on where her panties would be, would decide on if this part is messed with at all. But let's just do it this way. I'll probably tweak it some more. Actually, no, let's fucking shrink this shit. Just give her a skirt that's like ridiculously being stretched. Willy Wonka whistle. Yeah, I guess she would be the colors of an Oompa Loompa, wouldn't she? That'd be some funny fan art, just drawing her being included as an Oompa Loompa. Or whatever, having her wear their clothing. I guess we'll put like some of her underwear over here, just being stretched out, and just like spilling her fat spilling over them or something. Yeah, whether or not this makes sense, I'm just like whatever. Doesn't matter. It's fun. Why is everybody contacting me now? Why is it that every time I stream, that's when everyone decides to talk to me? I could go through the entire day of nobody talking to me, and the moment I do anything important. anything on this I should care about? I think this is like the curse of being an artist at all. It's like you go through the entire day, nobody talks to you. And then the moment you sit down and just try to work on something, all of a sudden everybody wants you to hang out or something. And then when you tell them you can't, that's when they think you're the asshole and you're just like... It's like all he does is stay home all day and draw, and it's like, I was free for like 8 hours. Why didn't you say something? The next pages of Creamfield will be fun though. I just gotta work on one of the card arts first. For those who are up to date on that, you might guess who it's supposed to be. I mean, should be obvious. Still need to finish making the other cards to put up for the physical game. I need to figure out how to make it digital without having to do a shit ton of programming stuff, so I guess Tabletop Simulator is probably going to be the go-to for that. Pressed against the window. That'd be kind of funny. I actually wouldn't mind that for a while. Just draw like a bunch of furry characters or whatever pressed up against the wall. Oh yeah, I gotta... There we go. I might actually stop early if I get done with what I'm drawing so far, because I don't want to get into the coloring if I'm only going to be able to stream it a few minutes longer. Okay, so did that. Add a little bit of shading, because I think I'm going to do a full render the next time I stream. Sometimes line art is like the only part that takes a while. The rendering part, if I know what I'm doing, it doesn't really take that long. It's just the drawing part, because you're like, oh, what am I doing? Okay, I guess I'm going to show a little bit of stretch lines for the underwear. So yeah, this will be her underwear for the hell of it. Clean some of this up. Okay. Do that. I know, right? Like the moment I stop, I'm like, alright, what did you guys want? And you're like, oh, nothing. I'm like, god damn it. It's like, oh, nothing, just wanted to see what you're doing. And it was like, well, now I'm free, or whatever. Assuming I am free after that point. but then they're gonna be like, oh no, we're busy, I'm like, well then why the hell did you bother me? I don't know. That's how it always plays out. I could go through the entire day of nobody doing anything. And the moment I turn on drawing or whatever it is I want to do, that's when I'm suddenly popular. Okay, did all that. I feel like this should be wider. I'll just adjust it. Is fine. I wonder how a synthwave Star Fox game would be. Don't know why that thought came to mind. I was just thinking about it based on the song. I was like, huh, I wonder how Star Fox would be if you're just gliding through the levels, but they're all like neon lights and stuff. Kind of like the Super Nintendo game, but more retro, or more synthwave. I think one of the levels was kind of like that. I forget which one though. It's the one where it was like almost completely black. It was like a planet. I'll have to look at the levels later. Actually, I should change this hand and have her hold some food. So let's do that. Just ever be all demanding. It's all like, well, you're just standing there. I'm gonna run out of this in minutes. Where she's like, I'm gonna starve. Then I'll probably put like more messy details on her the next time I stream. She'd be like, what are you standing there for? This isn't nearly gonna be enough. Yeah, let's make it a burger. Can have somebody bring her donuts or something. Oh yeah, she could be yelling at them. She's like, oh, it's about damn time. I'm on my last burger. I'm gonna fucking starve. Like, what? You don't care? Just be a total bitch. She's like, I bet you want me to waste away, don't you? Or if I do or a comic, they should make like the joke where the person drops her food or something. And she's like, "You dropped my only food. Now I'm gonna starve," and just do like the Patrick meme from SpongeBob. Just emphasize on all her fan roles and stuff. It's like, oh yes, clearly you're going to starve. So yeah, I'll probably save the Slavish details for like another layer, so that way I can have two different versions. Any other details I'm missing? No, just make me a little pissed. God help me if any of my characters came real. I'll be like, nope. Just gonna book it as far as I can. Of course, they could easily find me if that were the case. Especially for Jam. Jam would be a fucking evil at that point. Or Bloodhound, whatever the hell the case may be with her. She'd be like, no, I know where he is, he's over here. You'd be like, fuck! Why did I design you to be so good at this? Okay. So, this will be pumpkin pie for the next stream. Probably gotta put whoever next to her. I haven't really decided on, because like in the comic she's gonna have like a relationship with another character, but I haven't decided what he's gonna look like yet. But yeah, this we'll do more in the next stream. So I should probably save. I just now realized I went through this entire situation without saving this once. Really need to stop doing that, where I draw a picture and don't save it until like hours later, and I'm like, oh yeah, should probably do that. I'm just gonna put pumpkin pie slob. I might rename it later. Jam is my paralysis demon. I would prefer if she was my paralysis demon compared to most of my other characters. Shit. Better than fucking Becky. Becky would be... do not want to deal with that. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I will probably most likely stream on Wednesday unless something comes up again like it did this week. Hopefully not. But I will see you next week, and we can finish the rest of this by then. Because at that point it should be easy. Like, unless, other than maybe the other character I draw, maybe I'll just make them some anonymous character. I don't know. Prefer to make it some detailed thing. But anyway, yeah, you guys take care. I will see you next week. When I open the auction thing on Monday, all I can say is best of luck, and I will make the rules more clear that day. Like, I will actually post what I want, what I want to happen and stuff like that. So yeah, I will see you guys next week. See you later.